Hello, it is Sunday, January 30th, 2022. This is As the World Burns. I'm your host, Randall Burns. I recently saw some Morningstar Analysis that I'll link to in the description, claiming that the moat of Tesla is narrow. Now, a moat is the barriers of entry. That's one of the things that define competitive advantage. Companies with a wide moat are make it difficult for others to enter the same market. Now, I found it kind of laughable for them to claim that Tesla's moat is narrow. Okay. Now, there's several moats that Tesla has. I think possibly the most important one relative to other auto companies is their ability to attract top-notch technical talent. There is no other major auto company in the U.S. in the top 10, according to the link that I include in the description, where they ranked companies by their ability to, their desirability for engineers. The only one from the ICE legacy world that made it into the top 10 was ExxonMobil, and they have really exceptionally high salaries for petroleum engineers, and that's what took them into the top 10. There's no auto companies anywhere near. And in fact, I would argue just the opposite. They have baggage in the way of them attracting top-flight technical talent. The father of one of my former employers was named Lester Smith. Lester had been one of the top mechanical engineers of his generation. He was active in the 50s and did a lot of work on early jet engines in the United States. And his comment was that he had seen them hire the big three auto companies hiring from the middle of the pack, dating from the 50s. And he was concerned that was a formula for disaster in their business. Well, that's turned out to be the case. GM, for example, has been on the downward trend for a while now. Their profitable sections are in China. This is just where it is, okay? And now we introduce a big technical change, and they're really not in a position to adapt very easily. Okay, so for someone to truly compete with Tesla, they're going to have that ability, the ability to be attractive to top-flight technical talent, and I don't see anybody making inroads on that anytime soon. B, they were the first to market in the EV sector. They built the EE sector. Okay, other companies tried, they got to the point of mass market. Now maybe someone else will soon, but that's A, catch up, and B, there's cachet that comes with being a market leader and being first to market. And no one's going to take that away from them in the EV sector at this point. The Supercharger network. The Supercharger network is a major piece of infrastructure. Tesla's is a lot more numerous than anybody else out there. Now, this is going to change a bit, right? But again, because they control the hardware from soup to nuts in their platform, they have a faster supercharger network. Now, they're sharing it with Aptera, which is it's an EV maker, but not in the same markets as Tesla. It handles a lower end market. In fact, it may be the $25,000 vehicle that Tesla's been talking about. I think their lowest price offering is $26,000 right now, full list. But the Supercharger network is a big deal, okay? The other one that is active as we speak is the insurance database network, okay? Now, Tesla has a very large database of information from cars while they're driving, something that's a lot more intricate than anybody else has. And they are selling insurance right now. Their insurance is about 40% less than anybody else. And it's going to get lower because all they have to do is learn to process the data more and get more data relevant to insurance into their database. No other auto company is doing anything like this. They are years away from it. And Tesla has already said they will be licensing full self-driving. Well, what that means is that their insurance product and their partners are going to have a lock on a market that's extreme. They are going to be able to assess their drivers in detailed ways that nobody else can, and they can pick the drivers they want. This is a huge price advantage. The Tesla is, okay, as I've said before in previous videos, Tesla is not just a car company. They're a tech company taking over the automotive industry. And they have integrated battery development, software, AI chip development into one company. The only company I know that has done this to a real extent is BYD in China, and they're way behind. Now, and so basically any other company wanting to go into this niche has to go through not just Tesla, but through BYD as well. And BYD has a lot of backing in China. The full self-driving database. Tesla has about 10 times the data of any other player in the self-driving world. And they're focused right now on getting this working in their integrated solution where they control the hardware, they control the software, and they have said they will license it afterwards to other companies. This combination may well give them a lock on the market. You know, there may not be, it may turn out to just not be worthwhile for any other vendor to get into the full self-driving market to this extent. Okay, and I think this needs to be included as a moat. The Gigapress and their manufacturing technology. Making EVs is not the same as making ICE vehicles. It is, you have to engineer it in areas that they're not used to. The Gigapress is an example. Tesla right now has the Gigapress production for the next year or two. That gives them another lead in an important area. It means they can just make cars where the whole superstructure is a lot more efficient, a lot less problem prone, many fewer parts. It's just a much better technology all around. The partner collection. They have Aptera already introducing a $25,000 vehicle. It takes some of the heat off Tesla in that respect. They can concentrate in their core competency for now, enter into that market when they feel ready to and want to. They have cyberlandr, which is a high-end camper for the Tesla Cybertruck. I think you're going to see more in this area. You know, it's just not, Tesla is a safe place for a third party to put efforts to support the products, and there's going to be more. The Tesla supply chain. Tesla made deals for nickel and other strategic metals and materials early on. They have been obviously less prone to problems with the chip shortage. They can also design their own chips and they have the in-house technology to substitute chips so they can actually use effectively what is available. These are things that no other U.S. auto company or auto company, again, the closest one I know that can really do this type of thing is BYD in China. This is a real barrier to entry. They are ahead, make no bones about it. So these are the areas where I see that Tesla has a real moat, and it's not narrow, it's actually pretty wide. It's going to be really hard for anyone else to go into the high-end EV market area, and I think it's also going to be hard for folks to go into the low end without doing some real engineering that companies like GM and Ford are simply not doing. In other words, basically the only person that really is looking seriously at making a quality product, you know, sub $27,000 that I see right now, is Aptera, and they're basically a Tesla partner. And they have made this pretty clear that they're trying to cooperate to the extent they can with Tesla. So there's the moat, or the moats. It's not just one. They may not seem like much if you take them separately. If you put them together, they become a really big deal. This is Randall Burns signing off. As the world burns, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Look forward to your comments. Signing off for now.